Yeah, Coach Kia. What up? Talking about that good money. What we talking about? We talking about philanthropy. Coach Kia Croom playing A, B, and a C. It's no fantasy, she can make it reality. Best in the field like a first string athlete. Fundraising and marketing, she get tactical. Tackle your issues with a playbook so your cash can grow. She can show you just what to do. Coach Kia Croom, when she touch down, it's a W. Coach Kia, put me in the game. Coach Kia, put me in the game. Coach Kia, put me in the game. Coach, you an all-star, show me how the game go.
Look, blooper of the day. I had the mute button on. Hello out there. Where you winning from? How you living? How's your week going? I want to know. So if you're in the building, the internet streets building, right? Then I want you to tap in. Let me know where you're at, where you're winning from, how you living out there. It is your favorite fundraiser. Yes, I'm going to say that. It's your favorite fundraiser, Kia Croom, back with another, my eyelashes won't let me be great. Back with another fun and exciting installment of the Fundraising and Marketing Playbook. The Fundraising and Marketing Playbook is brought to you by Bonterra, a social good software company dedicated to powering those who power social impact with best-in-class case management, corporate social responsibility, and fundraising and engagement solutions. Also brought to you by Kia Croom, Fundraising and Philanthropy, a Black woman-owned fundraising firm rooted in equity and inclusion, because inclusion is as inclusion does. And that's what we do. Y'all, I am so excited to be with you on this fine Wednesday. I've got a fun and exciting guest. She's coming through with the play of the week. So without further ado, let's get into it. Julie Campbell, the belle of the ball. Okay, the belle of the ball. Julia, you may have seen her before, right? Julia is the host. She's a fellow podcaster, host of the Nonprofit Nation. Julia, how are you?
I'm great. How are you, Kia? Thanks for having me.
Of course, I wouldn't have it any other way. Julia, I got an important question for you, doll.
Yes.
Julia, you're on the mic.
Okay.
What's the play?
The play is the Nonprofit Social Media Summit, November 1st and 2nd, which you are kicking off with the keynote, the opening keynote.
Woo, woo! Yay! Where's my noisemaker? Yes, the Nonprofit Summit.
I know, I should have a noisemaker too. We need like our cell phones for like the cheering.
Yes. The noisemaker. Well, it's my tambourine. Her name is Lucille. I keep her close,
Nice.
Just in case, I feel a need or an inkling for a praise break. We have those.
Yes.
So Julia,
yes,
tell us about this conference, because I wasn't aware, and I know there's other people out here in the internet streets that may not be aware. What do we need to know?
Well, this past year, and actually for the last several years, there have been so many changes to social media platforms. Most recently, the one that has affected, I think that will have the most dramatic effect on fundraising and philanthropy, is that Meta, the owner of Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, is now not going to cover donation processing fees. So it used to be you could raise money on the platform and they would cover the fees. Now they're working with PayPal Giving Fund. But beyond that, I feel like nonprofits, especially smaller ones, really struggle to find their voice, create a brand, like build an audience, get engagement. It's just so hard with all of the different tools coming at us, all of the different platforms that are emerging. So I partner with Neon One, and I know you are friends with Neon One, Tim Sarantonio, and the fantastic team there. And we partner together to bring, I'm really targeted for small and medium-sized nonprofits to get very tactical information, but also inspiration. I mean, that's why we do the keynotes, but a lot of the sessions are very tactical. So it's YouTube strategy for nonprofits, or LinkedIn strategy, or meta ads and social advertising. We have a session on Chat GPT and how to use generative AI tools to create a social media content calendar. So my goal is to make the digital world a little bit more clear, a little bit more concise, and hopefully help nonprofits get less overwhelmed, because we know they're very overwhelmed. That's not the point of the summit. The summit is to help you figure out, like, okay, maybe this is for me, maybe this is not for me, but at least I feel like I have my finger on the pulse of what's new and what's coming up.
No, this is good stuff. You mentioned a couple of really, really important things. The use of generative AI, right? I work primarily with people of color-led organizations. I was a holdout. I'm going to be perfectly honest. I was very opposed initially to the use of generative AI tools. I was looking kind of side-eyed, like, okay, this feels a little too much in my business. I mean, it's no secret, Black folks, sometimes we are very, suspicious of certain systems and tools, regardless of their ease of use, right? I'm not going to get into a whole lot of the who and the why. We're talking about a historically minoritized racial group that has due cause for, some levels of suspicions around different things. Not going to get into that. But I was a holdout, like, no. Right. Now I'm like, yeah. And yeah, this is making life a lot easier for me to do things like repurpose content, right? To do things like streamline processes, considering I run a lean organization, right? A lean team. What are some ways that you are using, some of those tools, whether it's, and you mentioned social media planning, huge one, right? Talk to us a little bit more about, I guess, what you hope people will walk away from this experience with.
Yep. I think especially with these brand new tools, and actually I just got an email literally just now that said, now you can use chatbots inside Meta Reels, like Instagram Reels. Oh my gosh. So there's so many ways that we can be integrating this technology into building our social media presence. So there's a lot of different ways that I have seen, especially like ChatGPT is the one I prefer. I know there's, Bard and like 10 million other ones. I personally have been using ChatGPT and I know how to use it the best. So that's the one I use, but there are a million different options. So for me, what I really like about it is I have a client right now, Boston Public Schools, and I work with them on promoting college access and success resources to Boston Public School students and teachers and families. And what ChatGPT can do is it can do a lot of research for you. So research the top 10 trends that, the top 10 challenges that students have when applying for college, or what are the top 10 sites that students can use when doing college access and success planning, or You can use ChatGPT even more extensively to create your entire social media calendar. I think what's important here is that we do see it with some skepticism. It's not going to replace us. Like I'm a copywriter. I love writing. I love creating content as you do. It's not going to replace that. Like I'm hoping that people will still want to watch us on LinkedIn Live. Like actually me, not my, AI avatar, right? So I'm skeptical, but I'm also hopeful that what it will do for nonprofits is it will help us take like one of the 95 hats that we wear off our plate. It will say, okay, so you need to write all of these different tweets. Okay, well, there's 280 characters. How can I fit this piece of content into 280 characters? Or like you just said, repurposing. It can give me 50 ways to chop up this blog post that I wrote, or this report, or this newsletter, and repurpose it into 20 different pieces of social media content. So it helps us prevent us from looking at that blank page and getting overwhelmed and saying, oh my gosh, what am I going to post today? I have no ideas. It's really, to me, I look at it as like a research and brainstorming tool, and hopefully helping take some of the hats off of us, because we all wear 9,000 hats in the sector.
Tell me about it. So one of the things that I appreciate about my sponsor, Bonterra, is some of the ways that Bonterra supports nonprofits, particularly growing nonprofits. Yeah. We're assets based, right, on the fundraising and marketing playbook. And, instead of referring to organizations by their size, we acknowledge that some are growing, right? Being able to, I try to be really, really thoughtful about how I say things. So you see me pause, the wheels are turning, right? Being able to resource growing organizations, right, that don't have the luxury of huge teams, providing, coaching solutions and things, right? Whether it's content creation, you pointed out that you enjoy curating content, as do I, right? The use of AI for content planning, right? Is like light years, right? I mean, you talk about taking off a hat. I think I'm taking off two hats, right? When I can use a generative AI tool, I'm a growing organization. I can use a tool to, tease out something that I've said in a blog, right? To offer my following a sense of why they should check out this blog, right? Or in end of year planning, right? Leveraging these tools to curate, messaging so that I can lock and load my end of year social media strategy, right?
Yes.
These are things that are really great resources for organizations in all sizes, thresholds, capacities, particularly for those growing organizations where teams are lean, right? And folks are wearing 2, 3, 4, 5 hats.
Yep. Well, absolutely. And I think what you said is so important, because when you add your content into something like ChatGPT, it helps it create content in your voice. So it does almost seem a little creepy and a little like Big Brother. But the goal, I mean, I kind of have a goal for ChatGPT. What I want to do is I want to create like a Julia chatbot. I want to put my 2 books, all my blog posts. I've been writing blog for 12 years, 13 years now. All my videos, all my podcasts. You can put all of that content into this and then say, okay, ChatGPT, write an email in my voice. Like write a response to this person in my voice. And you can use it to, like, say if you have a lot of different, a lot of the same questions that you get asked all the time. And Kia, I'm sure you do. If there's, what time is this at? Where's this link at? Where can I get this recording? Where can I get the slides? If it's simple things like that, you can train a chatbot on your website, or you can train your social media responses to be in your voice, but also to give people that information. And I think at the end of the day, that's really where I'm hoping it's going to go. It's going to sort of, you can have it take on the tone, the brand, the voice of your organization, and help you create that content, help you create those responses it's going to just save you time and effort, and you're not recreating the wheel every time.
No, you're absolutely right. And I want to add something. You raised a really, really good point, and a strategy or tactic rather, that I use when using these generative AI tools. I'm not asking them to whip things up from thin air. I'm curating and feeding these tools the content that is representative of me, the constructs of whatever I'm talking about, right? Whether it's diversity, whether it's philanthropy, fundraising, my work, the work of Kia Croom Fundraising and Philanthropy intersects that way, right? I work at the intersection of those things, right? In the spirit of ethics, right? I'm never resorting to these tools and asking them to just create, things out of thin air. And, no, we don't do that.
Exactly.
What we do is give it something to react to or to build from, right? And that is an excellent point that I just kind of wanted to double down on, because we know as we are learning these tools more that there are some inherent biases within these tools that we've got to be careful of, right? Just wanted to revisit that. What's something you're looking forward to at this summit?
Well, I'm looking forward to you kicking us off, giving us some inspiration. I'm really looking forward to just connecting with nonprofit professionals. And I'm not really giving a tactical session on social media. My session's at the very end, and it's how to take everything you've learned at the summit and put it into action and put it into play. Because something that I find a lot of organizations struggle with is they go to these webinars, they attend these summits, and they get a lot of great information, but they don't know what to do next. They don't know how to prioritize it, and they don't know really how to get buy-in for it. So for me, I want to help you get fantastic ideas and inspiration. I want that light bulb to go off where you say, oh, I never thought about using YouTube like this. But I want to help you be able to actually go back and take all those notes, because I'm one of those people that just takes pages of notes and then I get overwhelmed and then I don't know how to actually implement them. But I want to really help small nonprofits, medium size, growing, emerging nonprofits actually operationalize things that they learn from the summit.
Yes, I like it. And I'm looking forward to opening up. You're absolutely right to share, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking at how I can clear my calendar so that I can participate in some of the programming. Right. There's some really, really great sessions and things that, I think that I could benefit from hearing. But I look forward to my talk, which, I'm not going to give away all the tea. Not giving away all the tea, but what I do want to say, what I do want people to know about what I'm bringing and how, I'm hoping it will resonate with them, is this shared humanity around, the day-to-day ebb and flow of working in this space, being a fundraiser, being a content creator, being comms person in driving these messages. We all play such an important role in this ecosystem, for
Yes.
social good. And as I've shared with you, Julia, I'm committed to not just working and letting the work me, but working well, right?
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, we're people too. We're not robots, we're not avatars, we're not machines, and I don't want to be, right? So I can't afford to work like one, right? I've got to have command, of the lens that I work through, right? I have to have command of my emotions and, kind of be in tune with how I'm feeling as I'm navigating my work day, when I'm not pouring from a full cup per se, right? We have days like that, right? So I'm really looking forward to creating this sharing a message really about that shared humanity that we are a part of in this space, and how to not only kick butt doing what we do, but kick butt making sure that we're optimally well in doing it.
And being human, and the human part and the word human is just so integral to all of this work. I mean, I know today the Generosity Exchange kicks off. There's the Fundraising AI Summit going on next week, I believe. There are a lot of different opportunities to learn, but I do agree with you. I think we are all in an ecosystem, and all of it needs to come together. So for me, I mean, I think the reason why I focus on social media for my summit is that I want to dispel like myths and misconceptions. I want people to be able to ask and get questions answered. And I want people to know what's the latest and like what's the most cutting edge, what are the most cutting edge things that we can do. And then I do know that probably the number one question I get is, how can I get more people involved? Whether that's donors, supporters, how can I get younger generations involved? How can I get a more diverse group of people involved with our work? And the answer is really, there's not one answer, but one piece of that puzzle is definitely looking at where they are online, where they are on their phones, like what they're using, what their everyday experience is, and trying to go there. So for me, I see it as really uplifting all of philanthropy, hopefully uplifting fundraisers to reach their donors where they are, and then also help create sort of that trust that I think is actually lacking. I think the American public especially doesn't trust nonprofits. At least the majority do not trust them. And this is our opportunity to really sort of take back these digital channels and spread the word of the great things that we're doing.
Absolutely, to herald the good work, right? To herald social good. Another thing that I think is really, really important in when we think about social media and how we're using it is this whole notion of storytelling, right? And not just any storytelling, but assets framed storytelling, right? Where we speak to the good work and the lived experiences of our constituents in ways that honor them, right? In ways that really highlight the possibilities for them and their ambitions, rather than the things that marginalize them or harm them, right?
Or exploit them.
Or exploit.
Or tokenize them. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of bad things going on, right?
I had to make some noise for that. I did. Thank you. I couldn't have said it better. This is important stuff. And I know from my nearly 25 years in this space that everybody's contribution within this ecosystem, if you think of your organization as an ecosystem, from your frontline fundraisers, your comms folks, down to your person that's doing the social media. I know that in organizations where we carry these titles, some people, are considered entry level, junior level. I don't care if you're entry level or on a level, right? Your contribution matters, right? So your ability to do your work, to curate content, to build out these, calendars and give ourselves the gift of time sometimes is really, really, really important, right? Just wanted to lift that up. Is there anything you would add before we blow out of here for the day about the nonprofit summit?
Yeah, well, if anyone watching this if you're interested in joining, it's free. There's a free ticket. There's a VIP upgrade, but you can get the free ticket at nonprofitsocialmediasummit.com. It's November 1st and 2nd. And the agenda is up. I'm constantly adding to it and updating it. And we're just going to have a fantastic time. It's going to be really action packed, but also very chill at the same time, if that makes sense. My goal here is not to stress you out and overwhelm you. My goal is to inspire you and help you realize the power and the potential of these tools, and hopefully get some great ideas along the way. So I really hope you can join us. Kia kicks it off on the 1st. So make sure that you are with us for the first day.
Yes, you will not want to miss the first day. I'm excited. I'm not going to miss. I think I'm traveling. I'm certain I'm traveling, but I'll be situated for, my talk, of course.
Right. You've got a hugely busy schedule. The fall is crazy for you.
The fall is crazy, but I'm never too busy. This is work that I love. And, I honestly, I never imagine these kind of days, so I don't operate under the word busy. I think that we're all busy, right?
Me too. I really try to avoid that word
I don't like using it at all.
It's overused. Yeah.
It's overused, and it's giving I'm busy.
Like I'm so important. I know. I think that too. I agree with you.
It's giving to me, and it's always given to me. I'm busy. I'm kind of, important, self-important mostly. And that's not who Kia Croom is. Kia Croom, I'm going to make it work. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I'm only as effective in what I do as my ability to help you be more effective in what you do. Without you, it's no me. Right. And that's how I honestly look at it. So, folks out there, don't be a stranger to me. Don't be a stranger to Julia. She's out here, active. I can always count on, and I see her content. I'm never too busy, and I want to thank you for, inviting me in to, this wonderful summit and the opportunity to be that opener. I really do appreciate that. And I'm looking forward. I'm really, really excited. I'm already trying to see what I'm gonna wear from the neck up.
Ooh, I know. I'm wearing my pajama pants.
I'm already thinking about from the neck up, like, oh, how am I gonna, express myself? Look, we working with the neck up, right? But I'm showing up. I'm showing up as I do. Yes.
Well, I really look forward to it.
Me too. Well, I want to thank you for dropping by and sharing the news about the Nonprofit Social Media Summit.
Yes.
Folks out there, tap in, not just for my talk, but for the whole kit and caboodle, because there's some jewels being dropped. I'm going to, in fact, tap in and retool. I take pride in retooling and learning from expert colleagues of mine. So I hope to see you there. Any parting words?
Yes. Fantastic. Nope. Thank you so much. And I'm just so excited. And to all the nonprofits out there, you've got this, you're doing fantastic work. You know, the headlines, the news, especially this week, is really hard and heavy. So take some time for yourself. It's also Mental Health Awareness Week. Take some time for yourself if you need it, but you're doing great work. You've got this.
You've got this. You've got it. And just like that, folks, you know the rest. And just like that, until next time, we're out of here. See you at the summit, y'all.
Yeah, Coach Kia. What up? Talking about that good money. What we talking about? We talking about philanthropy. Coach Kia Croom playing A, B, and a C. It's no fantasy. She can make it reality. Best in the field like a first-string athlete. Fundraising and marketing, she get tactical. Tackle your issues with a playbook so your cash can grow. She can show you just what to do. Coach Kia Croom, when she touch down, it's a W. Coach Kia, put me in the game, Coach. Coach Kia, put me in the game, Coach. Coach Kia, put me in the game, Coach. You an all-star, show me how the game go, go, go.